Welcome all YouTubers, video fans, living fans, and all other fans. This your boy Gamer. And if you like what you see last content, before content, now content, make sure to share, like, and follow, and subscribe. Let's get a little off topic. Um, if you want to join any channel, I'll let you know what it's about and what it stands for, and then comment on below or on my social. Yeah, and it's off topic. If you like wrestling, WWE 2K25, do a wrestling promotion for that. And it's free if you want to pick up creator wrestler, base wrestler, or DLC. Let me know. You get homie. So back on content, and welcome everyone to Sunday 1 o'clock afternoon game. We have Green Bay Packers 11-4. Take on Minnesota Vikings, who's 9-6, at 1 o'clock p.m. at U.S. Bank Stadium. Let's go.
It's week 17 of the 2024 season, and our focus is on Romeo Dobbs. He's making a push for 1,500 yards and whatever else he can get. It's the Packers and the Vikings on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine for the postseason, winners of 8 of their last 10.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Anders Carlson has this teed up, ready to get started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. So here are the Vikings to go on offense for the first time, and it's a rookie at the helm, the 10th overall pick back in April out of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Man in motion is Sherfield. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The numbers for Jones last week, 19 carries, 75 yards.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where he really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Preston Smith, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To the air with McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
And what a... he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing. 500. That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw now. Here's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lloyd. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers there for Lloyd last week. 20 carries, 87 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams fly. To go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Love. And unable to connect. If he had caught instead it's fourth.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And I don't think he... He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On play action, now McCarthy. Drops it to Jones in the flat. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 38. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Up the middle they go. It's Lloyd, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And look at this defense for the Vikings. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing. Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up. Smith, and the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now? Offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Here's Jones again on second down. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Punt, give him 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And that will be incomplete.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And they'll go. This one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. Hey, look at this Packers defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Off the bootleg, here's McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Now McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
And here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that ball's going to... 3-yard line, a beauty. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, these two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a and 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. McCarthy operating from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Oh, now an injured player down there, and this is not what you want to see. That's Justin Jefferson, who's having some issues. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's McCarthy. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
disruption he can cause.
Now a 2nd and 6. Running right, Jones. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And this one nearly intercepted. Oh, that's a ball he thinks he should have had. Instead, maybe a chance for the offense to get 3 out of it after all. 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Vikings. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Love. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Anders Carlson now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's 2nd and 7. In motion right is Addison. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And it is caught. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And that'll be incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the 1st half.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown. Ten to 3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And now out comes Minnesota. So So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Going to get a break here for an injury. Aaron Jones is in some discomfort down on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So it... Possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packers offense and running back Marshawn Lloyd getting set for this next drive. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. Lloyd. They'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
On 3rd down, it's Lloyd. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And the Packers 1st down.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love.
Escaping the pressure right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Packers.
Up the middle they go. Lloyd. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Green Bay.
On first down, it's Lloyd. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Carlson's extra point up and good. Now 17-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter himself, he'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Man in motion is Sherfield. On play action, McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Green Bay about set for another series. Here comes Romeo Doubs. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally
He feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
You better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Off the play fake, Love. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
He had a man open, but he missed it, but it's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair. Right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
To the air with McCarthy.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Preston Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. A strong run there, and for a team and a coaching staff that says they're consistently striving for a solid running game, they love those plays.
Yeah, that one didn't net them a first down. But isn't it the type of play that you write down on your sheet? That worked pretty well. Make sure you come back to it, especially in a key situation.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. There again is the run. As he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurtled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Completed out left to Dobbs. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
A game of 16 yards. First down, Packers.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw now. Here's Love. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Lloyd. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. Zach Moss, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon.
When we get back, we're going to be going the second half. So the score in the first half is Green Bay Packers 17, Minnesota 3. Let's go.
Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Right back to him on first down. as he's up to about the 37.
133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it. Keep going back to him.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call.
Automatic
mark off
first
the
down.
5 and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. His throw incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his
Think he got
rhythm is just
confused?
off?
I
He's
don't
got
know.
thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Play fake. Here's Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lloyd, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Lloyd, and he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 17. They get 9 yards back on the run there. They're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Love. Throw left side complete. That's Lloyd. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Now a give right side. It's Lloyd. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Touchdown!
Jaden Reed from 6 yards away. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drained drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Devontae Wyatt. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be
Yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Throwing, Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Up the middle they go.
Lloyd. Tackle there by Jerry Tillery.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Love from the gun on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's... And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive.
Jones hit and the ball's out, and the Packers pick it up.
So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. An inside give to Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Going underneath. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Complete to Addison on the out route. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the bootleg, here's McCarthy. They're going back to the same well. It's Hawkinson again. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get the ball down inside the 30. They'll try the right side with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's McCarthy. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Back to throw. McCarthy. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And his kick is good. And the deficit.
From 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packers offense and Romeo Doubs getting ready to go back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lloyd. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
On first down, Lloyd. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. From the 46, here's the second down and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Third down and 6. Looking to throw. Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one. Down inside the 20.
It's a gain of 35. First down, Packers.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
All right, we will come back after the break. We have Green Bay Packers 24. We have Minnesota Vikings 6. Going on fourth quarter, let's see if this score is going to be continuing by Green Bay Packers. Let's go.
Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Up the middle they go. It's Lloyd. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Working out of the gun. Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Romeo Doubs.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Now Carlson for the extra point.
And they open. Now to 25 points. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles. And it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason. That's what we're always striving.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Brandon Pell, 72 yards.
And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down. Wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Lloyd, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Now I'm guessing
guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 199 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run on first down. It's Lloyd. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5. Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
On 4th down, Love. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. On 1st down, Lloyd. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go in. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Lloyd. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every... season and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Powell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Throwing is McCarthy. He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones.
He will push his way down to about the 14.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Aaron Jones
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Man, 220 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. Here's 3rd and 3.
Now a handoff off up the middle. Lloyd. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll run on first down. It's Lloyd, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On third down, Lloyd. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And welcome back, everyone. We are 2 minutes already from the final game. So Green Bay Packers 34, Minnesota 20. We will see when we get back.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Lloyd will score. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, you've been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Carlson on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now. Another one through to extend the lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Over the middle, complete. It's Powell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Going to get a break here for an injury. Aaron Jones is in some discomfort down on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move. Out. McCarthy, he'll set to Sherfield. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Finding Gaskin underneath. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From out of the backfield, it's Myles Gaskin with a catch. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Myles Gaskin, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Play after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. As they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Green Bay, they solidify their spot in the playoffs as they run their mark to 12-4 on the year. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
Well, that's it for this one, and the final score is Green Bay Packers 41, Minnesota Vikings 27. And that's all for this, and keep your head up, and see you, Seducers.